Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. And this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. And today we are going to be talking about Little Nightmares. And I have a full house today with guests. And to my right...
Hello, I'm Daniel.
I'm James.
I'm Kane.
I'm Zach. Kane just likes to hog the mic.
And I am Brennan.
We got 5 people on tonight. It is a full house. We got the lights turned off for the themes of the game because it's a pretty spooky game. You know?
Play the Full House theme song. You won't.
Full House.
Yeah. Everywhere you go, everywhere.
Anywho, I'm just letting you know for any of those viewers that are listening, spoiler warnings to any of those that are very interested in this game. Spoilers ahead. So yeah, if you guys do not know, Little Nightmares is about a game that follows an adventure of a 9-year-old girl named Six who is trapped on the bottom of a terrifying ship named The Maw. And based on the popular horror video game that follows a 9-year-old Six aboard The Maw, like I said, and is accompanied by some nasty, terrifying creatures. What is so funny over there, Zach, huh?
Bro's got a whole plate of food.
Yeah.
He's going to gain more weight.
I mean, so if you guys do not know, this game was titled actually Hunger at first because the whole point of the first game was about eating and
I
hunger.
can see it.
You can see it? Yeah. How is that, Zach?
Zach, tell us about the game.
Yeah, Zach, tell us about the information you may know.
Sounds
about.
like I feel like in my perspective, it's a 2D game.
It's not. It's actually a 3D. Just
3D from like one single moving perspective.
Oh, yeah. It's like that. And
I think you're thinking of like a platformer almost.
Yeah.
I could see that. Speak if you wish.
Do you want to tell us more, Zach, of information that you may know about?
It's a little spooky.
So for those who know the game, or at least familiar with the game,
Just underestimating me.
are you guys interested in playing this game?
Yes, 100%.
I would like to play it.
Too.
I just don't really have the time because I work.
That is fair. That is fair.
I work too.
I've had interest in playing it in the past, mainly when it was really popular. Like we're along with, the big guys, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, all of them.
I don't know. When it's popular, it seems almost less interesting because you're seeing everyone else play it.
Yeah.
So it's like, why don't I just watch somebody else?
That could be another issue with the third game coming out soon.
Yeah. We'll be talking about the third game later tonight. So
I'm sure the dots will connect.
yes.
I feel like a popular game, if you watch it, you don't want to play it, you need to avoid the spoilers
Yes.
to play it. If you
I
see
agree.
one video, you're like, man, I don't want to play it because it seems so boring. Then you miss like the meat of the game.
Yes. You get the whole experience that you were supposed to get.
Yeah, I hate when I'm playing a game and I'm like scrolling on something and I see something funny that happens in the game and I'm like, man, I just missed that.
Yeah.
I
mean, that's what happened to me, especially because I've always liked The Last of Us, and that was before the show was announced. And when the show was announced, it became very popular. But when The Last of Us 2 came out, I was like, oh, I bought the game. I'm going to play it. And right when I was about to play it, I got like one of the saddest parts in the whole game spoiled to me. But I still cried either else, but I knew what happened. I was like, oh, this kind of sucks.
Yeah, it definitely takes some of the livelihood out of it and the excitement and some of the, what do you call it? The building of tension, definitely. Because then you just kind of know what's coming.
That's why anymore I only watch playthroughs of games when it's a long game, like Cyberpunk or Death Stranding, or games that I'm not necessarily good at, like RPGs. I watch them because I'm not good at them.
Yeah, that's understandable. Like I've been playing a little bit of Persona 5. That's a really long game.
Yeah.
Hopefully I get through it sooner than later. But yeah.
It's also one of those things if you're patient enough, you'll just play it and not spoil it. Like with, what game was it? I don't know. There was a specific game that I was like, I'm not going to spoil it at all until I play it. Like I would not go on social media at all until I played it. So
yeah,
that's the one issue with like current games is that every social media app will have some sort of spoiler or gameplay on it, and you get the meat and bones of the big moment.
Yes,
and then you're like, wait, that's what happens. I don't want to waste 3 hours of my life just to see something I've already seen on the internet.
Exactly.
So you're like, I'll play this game now, and then that gets spoiled because any game at its peak, it will always get spoiled no matter what. Even if it's RPG, survival, it's always the same thing on the internet. Is someone will post a thing about it, and you see like, man, I don't want to play it anymore. Like, you bought it, but you're like, nah, it's not appetizing anymore.
I feel you. But
like Jeff the Land Shark. That made me not want to play Rivals.
why?
I hate that stinking shark.
Because it became too popular.
He keeps swallowing me and throwing me off the cliff.
I've never played Marvel Rivals, but it's a game style I'm not into, so I'll never play it.
It's a
Yeah,
fun,
I agree with that.
It's
James,
a fun
I just
game.
think that's
It's
a
just
skill issue.
it's a fun game. Just it has the Overwatch style of it, and then you have characters that kind of are OP or not as effective as the other ones, like Jet the Land Shark. It's more like, oh wait, I'm dead again, dude. Like it's like Wanda Maximoff or like Captain America.
Yeah, games like Overwatch I never was really that fond of.
Yeah.
It's just the whole team play. If I can't go and frag by myself, it's kind of annoying. I don't like having to synchronize with teammates that might be, subpar on my intelligence level. Would be nice.
Oh yeah, you are just top tier, man.
Oh yeah,
You're the best player in the world.
yeah. Call me like Diogenes. That's how above these peasants I am. Okay.
Moving
Topic to nightmares.
Yeah.
Moving
little off
on, we're
topic.
gonna talk about a little media update before we go deep dive into the game. So, media update. If you guys do not know, the 10-year anniversary of Rainbow Six Siege is coming out.
Yes, Siege X. Yes.
I have heard of that. Yes.
I can get behind that. Yes.
So, do you know? Have you heard much about what the change or updates is going to be?
I've seen one thing about a game mode, and it's like,
I know the banning phase is going to be so different too.
is it?
Yeah, I think like each round there's going to be, because each round is going to be like 4 or 6 bans.
Okay.
So
See, what I saw, it was like, 4 6-man teams?
no bans,
Oh,
like
Okay.
things you would ban.
okay. So
Yeah, characters and maps and stuff. Yeah,
what I saw, the only way I can describe it is,
I know the environment damage is also going to be upgraded, so there's going to be a lot more stuff that breaks.
okay.
Yeah, I feel like walls are going to be a lot more breakable now.
That's gonna change the way ranked is played. I know that.
Yeah, I play ranked a lot.
I mean, that is the main reason why I got into Siege, is because it was a very interactive game with the environment.
That's also how I felt about the finals.
Mhm.
That was still a really good game.
I haven't played it, so I'll have to
The
give it a
entire
chance.
map is basically destructible. Like all of the buildings, there's a class that has like
It's
a
like
charge.
Battlefield as well. Like the
Yeah,
I wish
Honestly,
games
I
were
would-
like that.
I would say it's like Battlefield, but kind of better on the destruction part.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
can collapse entire buildings. It's
That is
really
awesome.
cool.
The Lilo and Stitch live action movie trailers just dropped as well.
I don't care how much money I have. I'm watching that.
The Lilo and Stitch live action.
Suit yourself, man.
I don't care about anyone else except for Stitch.
Right?
Okay, I can't talk about it. Never mind. We're moving on. We'll talk about it during break.
Does he look bad?
No, it's not about Stitch.
Oh.
Anywho, so the lunar eclipse happened on the 14th. Were you guys able to look or see it at all?
I was not.
I have seen pictures of it from a friend I'm acquainted with.
I was
Acquainted.
sleeping.
I was working and I was getting off work when it was happening. So I just turned around and was like, wow, this was kind of bad. Well, it doesn't help. I work in the city, so there's a lot of light pollution, so I didn't really get to see the full experience.
Yeah.
I had no idea what was gonna happen, so I was playing Fortnite with my friend. I'm like, oh, what's that? I'm like,
Sounds like
ooh,
Kane playing Fortnite.
shiny.
Yeah, I just remember getting off work, taking the best picture I could. It's really bad because
I got blinded.
I tried to wake up for it at like 2 a.m., but I saw what time it was, and I just turned over. I couldn't do it.
Sleep Token's new song came out,
Ooh,
and the
yeah.
new album was announced for May 9th.
Emergence. It's a great... people have really mixed opinions on it, but in my opinion, it's a pretty good song.
I think the more I learned what was going on with the creative aspect, it made me like it more. Like there was swinging and offbeats, and I was like, oh, because for me, our brains are wired. If it's off beats, it doesn't sound right.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with swinging as well. And I was like, why is this sound so weird?
Yeah, I think
I just got...
some people didn't like it because of that reason.
Yeah.
But personally, me and some
I feel like
other
it had
people
been
I
very
know
difficult to make
definitely. Oh yeah, definitely. But I think Vessel does a very good job on lyrics and the way he's able to compose himself.
I do not want to know how many times it took for them to make it work.
Yeah, I mean, I seen them live.
Yeah.
So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is it really pretty?
Oh, dude, the lights are amazing.
I want to go to a Sleep Token concert so bad.
If I ever go and see Sleep Token again, I'm bringing like LSD or something. Like, I will not be sober during that entire concert.
My God. 6 minutes of this
You're just not listening to the song?
What is it?
Let me listen to it.
Emergence.
We'll play it after this.
Dude,
we'll play it.
We'll play 6 minutes? That's baby
stuff. We'll play
stuff.
it on the...
6 minutes? That's a long song if you think about it.
You've never listened to Typo Negative Power.
You've never listened to Sleep Token then?
Yeah.
No, I have.
Sleep Token is on average at 5.
Yeah. It's average at 5.
I've heard songs while I'm working and like I like them, but I never listened to it that long.
I think songs should be long.
They should.
They should. I feel like songs, to me, if they're not long, if they're not 3 minutes or longer, it's not worth it.
I think most songs, the long, you have a climax, and then it's like.
But if it is long, it has to be made correct. There shouldn't be a 2-minute rise up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
definitely.
Like some songs I know about. There's a Korn song that does it. It's where it plays for like 3 minutes, and then it's like an 8-minute long song of just like silence, and then there'll be like something at the end. So those kind of annoy me because if I'm at work, I kind of have to just sit through the silence, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying, but it's, it's whatever. It's still a good song half the time.
I do find it funny because when I think I saw this meme, it's like, don't you love when Sleep Token combines 12 different genres into one song? And I listened to it right after. I'm like, you know what? They're right. It works. Though.
Yeah, they definitely make some interesting music. They're up there with like 9 Inch Nails and Baby Making.
Oh, yeah.
This has an odd beat to it.
It's Sleep Token has some odd,
I like it, but it's just odd.
I'll have to show you some songs that are like mind numbing. Like it's great. Ben Hugh, moving on. Stan Lee, the final chapter movie trailer just dropped, which is about Stan Lee's life and how he like the positive and negatives about his life.
The only thing I've seen about that is a Moist Critical video of him talking about how it's bad. That's the only exploitative and stuff, and that's the only thing I've heard about it. So I don't have that much of a positive impact on it, so I won't speak about it.
Is it like a Marvel Entertainment? Like they make?
I have no idea.
No, it's someone that knew him on the personal level.
Okay, because Marvel hasn't been really hitting that well in the last few movies. So
no, it's just like a mockumentary.
Okay,
but moving on. What would you guys rate this game of Little Nightmares that you know of?
It's definitely pretty unique. I think it was, I wouldn't say it revolutionized horror, but it definitely made its place in horror.
Yes, I agree. I definitely feel like it's made a new like their own genre.
Yeah, they kind of combined some aspects. They did an amazing job on the atmosphere.
Yes.
Yeah, I was about to say that as well.
It's crazy. You know, you can only get that kind of feeling from third person games, but they've managed to do it in like a 2D like side scroller almost. It's really good.
I agree. Yeah. And if you play the second one, it's even more advanced, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And I hope the third is also that way too.
They put a lot of effort into it and it looks amazing. I mean, I know everything that happens in the game, but I'm excited to play it just to get that experience firsthand.
It is. I feel like this. Okay, so for those who don't know, the second one has sex in it as well, and you get introduced to a new character as well. But the second one is so much harder. Like if you think the first one is hard, the second one's so much more hard. It's crazy.
If I'm correct, is the second game a prequel? I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a prequel.
Yeah.
It's a prequel to the first, and then Very Little Nightmares, which is the mobile game, which is before both of them.
Okay.
So it goes My Little Nightmares, the mobile game, to the first to the second, and the third is going to be...
So it's Very Little Nightmares, Little Nightmares 2, Little Nightmares 1, and then the third one, we're not sure yet.
Okay, because...
If I had to theorize, the third one...
It's probably going to be after.
Yeah. It might be having something to do with maybe confronting Six because at the end of the game she guys was kind of bonkers.
Yeah, crazy.
I mean,
what you laughing at, Zach? What you laughing at?
These two. All right. Zach, how would you rate this game?
These two. It's just James. Let's get this straight. It's usually just James that starts stuff.
I am innocent until proven guilty,
Zach,
and there is no judge here.
Yes.
How would you rate the game?
Guilty.
I'm a victim.
Excuse me, it's my turn to speak.
How would you rate the game?
I'd say, honestly, just like from watching it and stuff like that, I'd say an 8 out of 10.
Okay. Kane?
Okay.
Go ahead, Kane.
Since I haven't played it, I'd have to say an 8 or 9 out of 10. I feel like once I do play it, it'll probably be a 10 out of 10.
Okay. James?
I personally would have to rate it at like a 7 out of 10. While it is a great game and I did enjoy watching it, not playing it, because
Seems like I'm the only one that plays games.
Yeah. I do want to play it, and when I do, I'll probably rate it higher, but until then, 7 out of 10.
Fair enough.
So I got introduced to it with JT Music. He made me songs on it.
Oh, yeah.
And then I watched Markiplier and Jacksepticeye play it, and I kind of forgot all about it.
Yeah.
I would say right now, I haven't played it. I've kind of a little no knowledge on it. I would say probably like a 7 or 8 out of 10.
7? Okay.
Because I heard it was a good game. It's just I never had the energy or time to play it with all my stuff I do now. So
fair enough. I agree. I give this game an 8.8 out of 10, which is also what IGN gave the rating on. IGN rated this game, like I said, with an 8.8. They described it like a hide and seek. Little Nightmares confidently captures the exhilarating fear of waiting to be found by something that's hunting you, but it also replicates the alien horror of being a child that doesn't understand what's happening to and around them. And seemingly familiar, the environment turned into a series of opportunities for safety and danger. You see smart, grotesque, and never-endingly weird. This is very different, extremely welcome kind of horror game that left me wanting more than its brief 5-hour provides. So yeah, that's how IGN commented on this game.
I feel like IGN, their ratings been really lackluster in the last few
definitely.
years.
I agree.
IGN gave it was a pretty recent the latest Invincible episode. They gave it like a 4 or something.
Yeah, they gave like a 3 or low because they didn't like it.
Don't they have? I hate to say this, but don't they have older people rating again?
I have no idea, but if they do, that is definitely the wrong move.
I'm gonna check on IGN's for the rating.
But
I'm almost like certain they gave it like a 4, and I just don't know how they did that.
Some IGN ratings, like, where are you going at with this?
Because IMDb,
IMDb is even worse than IMDb has been terrible for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I think what movie was it that everyone loved, and then IMDb and IGN's like, nah, it's crap.
Man, I cannot tell you. That's been multiple movies over the past
IGN Africa gave it a 4. IGN gave it an 8 out of 10.
Anywho, who's your guys' favorite character from the game?
The main characters.
You like?
I mean, there's not many other characters you could root for other than the gnomes from the first game.
I mean, there's a lot of enemies that you could.
There's a lot of enemies too.
Twin chefs all the way.
Huh?
Twin chefs all the way.
Oh, you like the twin chefs? Why the twin chefs?
Because they're just goofy.
They're very goofy.
I know.
They're pretty silly.
With my lackluster knowledge of the game, I would say probably the DLC boy that got turned into a gnome.
Honestly, I changed my answer. I do like him the most. Honestly, he got screwed over. I feel bad for him.
The way you think it's a normal gnome, and then you find out the gnomes are lost.
Yeah, the
kids.
DLC shows you how the boy gets turned into a gnome.
Yeah, and by the lady, and then you're like, oh wait, these are kids, and they're being used or eaten.
Yeah, they're being eaten by the guests and working for the lady as well.
And then, if I'm not wrong, isn't the kid the same one that Six consumes?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
And we'll go more into that later, I promise. I promise you that. Mm-hmm. But my favorite character would be Six in the Little Gnomes because They're all very sweet. And 6 overall, personally kind of got screwed over. But it's not, again, not her fault. Her fault. Because, you know, everyone on that ship is being controlled by the lady in the first place.
Yeah.
So
I find it the chase scenes. I find it funny because there's just these big fat people crawling, trying to reach their nubby arms. It's 2-6.
I feel like the most terrifying is the janitor with the long arms.
Yeah, in the blindfold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate
And if you play the second game, the teacher is the worst.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and the mannequins. I hate the mannequins. Oh my God.
I gotta know what you're talking about.
Teacher is the one with a really long head, right?
Yep. Yep.
Mm.
But
Yeah, don't
that's a talk for another day.
The stretchy limbs just,
Yeah.
and also the mannequins are just horrifying.
Got to make sure I
But
do not have unrestricted internet access after I play that game.
It's definitely like an off feeling, but it definitely really, really adds to the environment.
Yeah.
I think that's what they did really well with the game is they added like an eerie environment to always be on your feet. There's a constant.
There is no downtime. Like, ever.
There's a constant threat. You know it's there, but you know it's gonna just pop up and grab you and eat you or kill you.
I feel like it's all like a misconception. It kind of goes into the theories a little bit, but especially if you played the DLC, for those who even has a knowledge of the DLC here, or those who's listening, you see the granny, which is under their shoes, but the theory was that she got pushed or banished down there by the lady herself. And she just wants to take care of the kids, and the kids are like, "No, this is a monster. She wants to kill me." But overall, the granny just wants to take care of the kids, which is sad. It's very sad.
Very sad.
What character did you guys get from taking the character quizzes?
I got 6.
I also got 6.
I got the Pretender.
Oh.
Who's that?
What if I say
What'd you get,
I'm
AJ?
not like the others?
My results are the twin chefs.
You got the twin chefs?
I also got the twin chefs.
We're twins now.
Ew.
What did you pick? Like, what options led you to the twin chefs?
Yeah, for real. What'd you guys choose?
Green, metal,
That's why I don't know the Pretenders, because she was from the mobile game. I don't know much about the mobile game because you have to pay for it. So
It's like an overall
I could look up what the Pretender is all about.
because I got no clue who that is.
Could not tell you.
So I
Who
put
is the Pretender? The Pretender is the first well-off child of this world and appears to take on the role of the mistress of the mess. So just think of a child that takes over and rules.
Okay.
That makes sense.
see. I put like loyal, the color green. Meat is my favorite kind of food because meat is great. Dystopian for favorite book genre. Dogs for animals I would own because honestly, dogs are the best.
Dogs are the best.
And then rock/metal for my favorite type of music, and I got twin chefs.
I got 6. So the 6 says you're the yellow-wearing protagonist of the Little Nightmares. 6 is a child who does anything she can to survive the nightmarish world she lives in. Though she prefers to be alone, she does care about those close to her. Try not to get on her bad side, though, especially when she's hungry.
See,
All
the
right, go
twin
ahead.
chefs thing was you're a twin chef. Though the chefs may not be the cleanest, they are hardworking. They take pride in their work and will not anything get in their way.
That is true. That is honestly so true because you know how if you do get in the way, the chefs will just shove you into the turkey and stuff.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Who hasn't shared their character?
The
think
details of mine.
Who'd you get again? Sorry,
The Pretender.
the Pretender. Yeah.
Is a child who is used to getting her way.
Yeah.
She doesn't get along with other children. Would rather spend time playing with her dolls.
So she's like a,
Only child type vibe.
I'll say outsider.
That too. Do you relate to being that character?
A little bit.
How so?
I feel like I do get along with others when I want to.
Yeah.
But I do like
Zach.
being alone. I really do like being alone.
Yeah. I've noticed that. Yeah.
with the neighbor.
That's not a bad thing though.
Yeah.
See, well, I thought the pretender would be like someone that can change their identity to someone they're not. That's why I thought in the first place. But
I
now
think the pretender is just pretending to be someone who's not them.
that's fair.
That's what I thought of.
I thought some sort of shape shifting deal.
That too, like the mimic type deal.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready to take a break?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we're going to go on a 10-minute break. We'll be back on at 10:36. Enjoy the amazing soundtrack of Little Nightmares. Enjoy. This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. And we're going to be continuing to talk about Little Nightmares. And I have guests from my right to my left. Go ahead, Brennan.
Hello.
Okay.
Hey, my name is Zach.
Kane.
Daniel.
James is kind of acapado right now. He's not right here right now.
Catching
He's
his
here,
breath.
but not here.
Uh-oh, we got a
He'll be
caller
here
in right
eventually.
now. Hello, caller. What's your name?
My name's James, and I'm all right.
Oh, hello, James. Welcome
my
to the
gosh.
show, man.
Where are you?
I am entering.
All right.
And welcome our special guest, James
Yeah, I am
Shank,
entered.
joining us today.
Joining us finally, last minute. Gosh, took
Hey,
you long.
don't hate on me.
Anywho, I got a few theories for you guys to talk about, and I want to see if you guys can guess any
All right.
of them.
Throw 'em on me.
What does the eye mean in the Little Nightmares series?
I
The
used
eye.
to know this, and now I don't.
Brendan, do you have any guesses?
I feel like it might be a Big Brother is always watching kind of thing, you
Okay.
know? If I'm going to be honest, I do not remember that much about the eye,
Okay.
but judging by the sound of it, I would imagine it's always watching.
Yeah, from the gameplay, I'm pretty sure that's related. Or always being watched.
Who do you think is the eye? Have any guesses?
That creepy lady.
Okay, Brennan?
Porcelain
Yeah,
dolls.
it could be the creepy lady, but I don't know.
Zach, you look like you're braining right now. You have any guesses? No.
Yeah, it's either one or the other, honestly, in my opinion.
We're still in the first game.
Yeah, just the first game.
Yeah, we're talking about the
I
first
want to
one.
say that at the ending of the game, you see a tall figure in the TV flashing. I think it could be him. Just for the fact he's the main villain in two.
In the second one? Okay.
Yeah, they could
I
have
have
used
a
that
f-
for a lineup for the second game, maybe.
There's definitely a feeling that I get it's like a character that died off in a way,
Yeah.
kind of keeping an eye.
Okay.
Like the little boy that got eaten
Yeah.
by 6.
Yeah.
So you guys are bouncing everywhere, which is okay. You guys are pretty close for the most part. This is kind of not going to give you a straight answer. It's going to give you like everything around it. But it's a theory video that I watched, which was pretty interesting because it kind of gave me some fun facts I did not know about along with it. But you see the eye everywhere in the game, every surface. The eye spies on people. They stop people from escaping. It's in the background, aka the stages of games background, and it's also known by every character in the game.
Yes, the eye.
So it must be important. Little Nightmares was heavily inspired by Studio Ghibli, if you guys didn't know. Specifically, Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away.
What is Studio Ghibli?
I don't know how to describe it, but it's
They're pretty notorious for
Yeah.
making animated films
Yes.
from the past couple of years.
the
Can you
past
give me Any
decade.
examples?
Spirited
It's hard to
Away
give you an
and
example if you don't know
Howl's
what we're
Moving
talking
Castle.
about.
Those are the
If you've
Studio
seen-
Ghibli films, two of them at least.
Yeah, if you've seen a picture of two different Studio Ghibli films, you would know it was Ghibli just because of the animation style.
That is true, and the art style.
Yeah, they're pretty unique.
Is it like My Little Nightmare style or like completely different style?
It's a different style, but I think they took from the
They
more
took some of the
atmosphere from it.
concepts. They
Yeah,
took some of the
concepts.
Like Ponyo and My Neighbor.
Yeah,
Totoro.
Ponyo's one, yeah.
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 I've watched both of those.
Yeah.
But Little Nightmares specifically got some inspirations from Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away. So this movie video jumped into some theories behind specifically around the eye itself. So I would say they jumped into a little bit of Eldritch horror / Lovecraftian horror, which shares a lot of the same Lovecraftian works. The eyes represent what we see and what we know. If you guys do not know, like either like specifically terms or you you guys understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anywho, the phrase "open your eyes" is in Lovecraft, which means you're finally understanding something. Like, have you ever heard of the thing where it's like "open your fifth eye" or third eye? I should say. Wow, I don't know why fifth
Like
eye.
see
Third
some
eye.
new sort of plane of existence. type of
Exactly,
thing.
that's
Yeah.
the same concept. The elder gods go mad because of what they know and what they see. This theory also jumps into a little bit of Bloodborne. Why are you guys all taking pictures of me?
Since you don't have your camera on.
That's a very good
You also have the
question.
best lighting here, so
I don't think so. Of me? Okay, I guess I'm a model now. Stop dying over there.
Oh my god.
Yes, Queen.
Okay.
Yes, Queen.
Okay. A little bit of. Jeez.
Take a sip
Take
of
a
water.
drink.
You know,
Take a
You'll be
drink.
fine.
Yeah.
First time.
Bro just takes a drink of
Not my first
caffeine. All right.
You'll probably
This theory
feel good.
jumps
You'll
into a
probably
little bit of Bloodborne. Do you guys know what Bloodborne is?
Yes, of course I know what Bloodborne
I've watched
is.
a little bit of it.
Anywho, throughout Bloodborne, you start seeing things that you didn't understand at first. But once you knew, you finally see them, right?
Yeah.
And the eye in Little Nightmares means like the same thing. You don't really see it that much or think about it much until you know more about it.
Yeah.
Which causes people in the world of Little Nightmares to go mad once they start figuring out what more and more things mean. Another theory of what the eye could be, which is Siega, which could be a creature, which is described as a giant black body with a green eye surrounded by massive tentacles, which goes along with why there's leeches all over the place in Little Nightmares.
Yeah.
This horror is said to be extremely nihilistic as well, but who knows? Which would make sense, like I said, why there's leeches.
It does make sense. That's a little bit nihilistic.
Yeah.
Because almost everybody you see, they're basically just gorging themselves until they die.
Yes. You look like you had something to say, James. No? Okay.
So let me tell you the tragedy of Dark Plagueis to Eyes. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
Hey, I have my mic back now.
Yeah, how do you feel?
I feel
That's your sexual.
that I miss my buddy.
Yeah,
Come back, Danny.
I miss my old buddy.
Anywho, the eye is so powerful that some of the people even seem to worship it. That eye is always watching and follows you. The guests are also being manipulated in some sort of way and also being hungry constantly.
Hey, AJ, I have a question.
What?
How long have you played Little Nightmares, or how long have you known about this game?
Since the second game was announced.
When was that?
Oh man, like 4 years ago.
I think longer than that. It was before COVID.
I'm too old.
Yeah, true. I remember watching a playthrough of it either during or a little after COVID. I'm not exactly sure.
Came out in
which one.
2021. Sorry, I lied. I started getting into it then, which makes sense.
I started getting into it like a few days ago.
Wow,
Oh man, really?
It's not like when I announced the game and you guys were begging, what is the topic? What is the topic?
Well, I'm
when
sorry. Okay, honestly, here's how it goes.
And you guys still didn't
You
do
play on
any of your
console.
research.
You
Hey.
literally play on console, and I play on computer. You have a different selection of games of different.
You guys have all the games in the world to play.
Yeah.
Some of them
Zach,
are
what
money.
What's
What
your
are you talking
excuse,
about?
What
Zach?
is your excuse? You guys also have sales 99% of the time. You have a computer. You can government break the game. Like
I got
$30
R6 for $4.
exactly.
I got R6 for $10.
Yeah, loser.
Anywho, overall, us players as a whole has so much power in the video game. We watch and control them. So technically, we are the eye. We without us, there would be no world because we believe it's real. Because usually when you're in the game, of course we know it's not real, but you play it like it's real.
Yeah.
And with this game, you are watching them. There is no, like, the reason why there's like no cutscenes in this is because you have full vulnerability to control the character of the game. So overall, the guess is that we are the eye. We're the one watching. We're the one controlling them.
That would add to the whole side scroller aspect of the game.
Yes.
I could see where that theory comes from.
Yeah. Which is really cool because after doing all my research today, I seen someone go like the outskirts of the game.
Oh, like the border break?
Yeah, it was like really interesting.
I have yet to watch the Little Nightmares border break video, but I've seen some of the other
I've
ones.
yet to play the game.
We know, Zach. You always have yet to play the game. You didn't even play Call of Duty Ghosts, and you requested it. You played the multiplayer. The multiplayer does not count in that situation when we're talking about that.
Yeah,
stuff.
playing the Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer and not playing the campaign.
But who likes Call of Duty
it's-
Black Ops
It's
3?
like... What?
Do you like Black Ops 3?
We didn't talk
Of
about
course
Black
I
Ops
like
3.
Black Ops 3.
We
But why
talked
are you
about
mentioning
Ghost.
that? We're talking about Ghosts.
The ending of Black Ops 3 is the most interesting throughout the whole campaign.
It threw me through a ringer. I think the guy just implemented his consciousness into you or something. I don't.
I just thought it was a really cool concept.
It's definitely cool. I didn't really understand it though when I was like 12. You know.
Yeah. You're like, what's going on? Anywho, I'm going to go into the next theory, or I should say breakdown, which explains the 4 different types of hunger that you see throughout the game.
Welcome to Game Theory.
Wow.
Can we send this guy to the gallows? And the crowd goes
I'll escort
wild.
this one out, fellas.
Oh, gosh.
No,
Go, Zach.
no.
I appreciate your service. Get him out of my sight.
Pathetic.
You don't talk anything about military.
Weak.
Anywho, the 4 different types is you start off with the guests. They're desperate for food. They never stop eating. They are so desperate for food that they even try to eat 6.
Well,
They're
James,
fat.
can you
What do you
relate?
expect?
Huh?
I said, well, James, could you relate? I see what you're eating over there.
Dang.
I don't always eat. And I'm not trying to eat someone named 6.
You're not trying to eat a human living being.
I mean, if you like a Cheeto, you're so small. Just crunch and gone.
But
I guess if I didn't know I was eating a person, I don't know.
I don't think James would. I think he would still eat
I
after
feel
the fact.
like if we deep fried
He'd be like,
six, and,
man,
like,
it's good.
deep
You know, I'll
fried
eat it, whatever.
honey butter on it, he would eat it. He would eat her.
who said deep fried 6? Did you say deep
That was me.
I did not.
That
That
was
was
me.
Dan.
That is crazy.
Be like a crunchy chicken tender with more bone.
Throw it into her like a taquito.
Make it a
It's a
burrito.
yellow taquito.
I like chicken nuggets.
Man, just quiet.
Anywho,
Peasant.
maybe
Zach, you have the appetite of like a 6-year-old.
maybe because they're
eat
desperate
chicken.
for something else, like they're being casted a spell over them. That's why they're always eating.
Mhm.
Another different type of hunger you see is 6. She barely eats, especially when passing through the kitchen. She does not eat any of that stuff. She, like I said, she never gets hungry. She only gets hungry, like in any other place that doesn't have food, pretty much. Her hungry isn't always active. 6 goes through like little moments when she is really hungry, so badly when she is going like that, she's going through pain. Compared to like, you know, the guests, when they're hungry, they're just constantly eating. They're not feeling the pain. They're just desperate. They're greedy. Are you okay, Zach? What are you digging for? There's no like toy on the bottom of the desk.
He dropped his
There's
hat.
no Happy Meal under the desk.
He
I
dropped his
feel
hat
like
and
6
he went
goes
to
through
go up.
different stages of hunger.
and
Like,
he's
yeah, like
just
the
being
mild,
special.
and then like when she eats the gnome and then the
I do.
lady, I think it's her like desperate. Like she's super desperate.
Yeah.
And we can see she's desperate like throughout the game because she let's say pain. She's in pain. She kind of collapses.
Yes.
But I feel like her appetite is such small, but like the hunger she has, like of the big guys, because she wants to keep eating, but she can't keep eating because of her small petite form.
Yeah, I agree. And also, like, who knows? Like, the passage of time is also different compared to real life.
Yeah.
Who knows how fast time is as well? What's so funny, Zach?
You good, Zach?
I think he's
how's
going
your
through the stages of grief.
How's your head feeling?
Anywho, continuing on, when she is about to get hungry, she starts to cough. She tends to eat more living things like people. She goes from bread to the rat and then to the gnome.
For context, guys, I dropped my hat on the floor and I kind of just tried. It was underneath the table, and I tried going under there.
I explained it,
and
Zach.
then I kind of bumped my head in the process.
It's fine. You're known for being a little quirky.
At night.
Those who play D&D would agree that gnomes and dwarves are not
Very,
people.
very different.
True.
You look like a gnome.
Care explain?
Inferior, you could even say.
She eats the gnome instead of the sausage and part of the lady as well. So when she is hungry, she is like compared to the guest, like she's greedy. But like, I don't remember if I wrote this down, but I want to talk about it because this was talked about a lot through the videos I was talking about. She tends to gain the abilities of each thing through each thing she eats. Sausage, she's not really gaining anything. When she eats the rat, she tends to go through like the sewage pipes. She knows the general direction on where to go. And then when she eats the lady, she gains the powers that the lady had.
I feel like with the power when she got from the lady, I think it kind of made her a little power hungry and a little crazy.
She gained that same mindset as that thing she eats. So like that's her like special ability. Her special ability, I would say, is she adapts to the power and.
That is the one thing I didn't notice was with the rat. I didn't notice that didn't connect.
Didn't connect, but it makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Does the gnome provide any like manufacture towards 6 or like nothing at all?
So, I forgot to mention the gnome. So when she eats the gnome, so this is like really like this is how great this game is. When every little thing means something, every little thing happens in the game for a reason. So when she eats the abandoned boy that got turned into the gnome, she gains the knowledge that the gnome had, aka how to kill the lady. Because you never seen like once when you're playing as 6 on how to kill the lady. Because when the only person that saw the lady was the abandoned boy that got turned into the gnome.
Also, during the DLC, the boy uses a flashlight to kill like the shadow people.
Mm-hmm.
The mask.
So he gains that knowledge. 6 gains the knowledge that the boy has saw. Yeah,
that's good now.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I really like this theory. This one was like really deep. The children are. Are you guys good now?
I got bombed. That hurt.
Always good. You know me. I'm him. I'm that fella.
Living the life.
The children hungry is not affected at all, but still they of course need to eat. The children are not affected by this because the children don't eat much, considering the one kid, aka the abandoned boy, gives 6 the bread. 6 is hungry because she is sick or because of Shadow 6, which is like guessed as Evil 6, if that makes sense. Yeah. Are you guys
6.
good over there?
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. You sure?
Can you stop hurting each other?
That's
Sorry, we're trying to correct Zach's
supposed
concussion.
to be civil right now.
You know, we got to fight fire with fire.
We're trying to help
either way, it's
his
not
head
gonna
since
work.
he bumped it on the table.
Well, that's fair. Yeah.
And then of course the general basic hunger, which is like a metaphor for society and for us and how we behave, as in power hungry. That's an example.
You actually just reminded me. I'm pretty sure when Jack was doing his playthrough, he mentioned how he thought it was related into like how like there's a lot of starving people, and how that could have changed over the years, and this is what it's come to.
Yeah.
So
that's a smart way. I think, I hate to bring this up, but this was just brought up in a short that I saw. Like, this game was compared to like a Holocaust.
Gotcha.
Like, because of the hunger.
Yeah.
The whole hunger situation. Yeah. And I'm like, that's one way to think about, but that's not right at all.
Yeah.
So funny, Zach. What's so funny, Zach? Why are you laughing?
Yeah. What's so funny?
We're talking about Holocaust.
I'll tell you
here,
what's
man.
so funny.
We're talking about Holocaust here, man.
You're
Come on
funny
now.
looking.
Funny looking.
With the impending danger that you could potentially starve out of nowhere in the game is kind of the benefactor of like you need to be on your feet ready or you're gonna die.
Yeah. I agree. But yeah.
What's wrong with the monitors over there?
The monitors turn off for some reason. They have a sleep mode on for some reason. I don't know. One day the sleep mode just got turned off, but it doesn't affect anything. Just got to wake it up every once in a while. No, it doesn't mean anything. You're all good.
Okay.
That's good to know. On this? Yeah, no,
that's the only one that has a light for some reason. I'm pretty sure it just means like it's recording or it's just on.
Gotcha.
Fancy.
Well, the light's not broken.
Are you guys ready to go on a mini break?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah.
That sounds good for me.
All right. We're going to come back at, let's say, 11:10. It's about a 14-minute break. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah, that sounds
good to me.
All right. See you guys on in a few minutes. This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative, and I'm going to be continuing to play the Little Nightmare soundtrack. Enjoy. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. And this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, and we're going to be continuing to talk about Little Nightmares, and specifically the first one. And those who don't know, I have a few guests, a full house with me, and please be mature. Please don't hurt each other. Please don't cuss. That's all I got to ask. And my guests are from my left to my right.
I'm Daniel.
I'm James.
I'm Kane.
I'm Zach.
And I am Brennan.
Are you guys excited?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How excited?
Zach thinks he has mic rights and he does not.
Zach does not have a mic rights. Ooh, that was a crispy crack.
That was crispy.
You good over there? Why are you drinking it like that? Thank gosh.
Just got to get a little feel for the waters.
Anywho, this is
I'm sweaty. Yeah, like this.
This is a huge breakdown of the lady. So if you guys have... You ready?
A little bit.
I am ready.
Like the big mean lady that tries to like turn that boy into a...
The one with the mask,
Yeah.
I believe.
Okay.
So this will give you all the information you need. If you guys have anything to chime in, just let me know. I'm going to mute you guys just so you guys can engage and listen. How's that sound?
All right.
All right.
James, you look like you're up to no good.
I am
When is he
only
ever
up to good.
That is
I am
true.
a functioning member of society.
Liar.
All right, let me know if you guys have anything to say. I do have paragraphs.
Okay.
3 of them.
Oh, great.
So I'll be
Both on the
taking
yap.
breaks, and if you guys have any questions, just let me know.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
Shut up.
All right. The lady can turn the children into gnomes, like you guys already know. The furnace is being controlled by her, which keeps the gnomes running the mall because the mall is controlled by coal and gas, or specifically coal. And in turn, able to look at once they once were. So like the gnomes and the fire reflection, when they're using the furnace to, run the mall to keep moving, the gnomes can see what they once were in their shadows. The kids also get, I already mentioned, I don't know why I typed it twice, but the kid gets turned into a gnome as well. As you guys know, is the abandoned boy, which he gives Six the bread. He's the one that gives Six the bread, and then it gets turned into a gnome at the end and gets eaten by Six. Once the kid was turned into a gnome, everything else he went through, he was hoping that Six might recognize him when he was giving her the sausage. But no, she just ate the runaway kid anyways for no reason. Without the kid's sacrifice, Six wouldn't have been able to defeat the lady, though. or figure out how the lady or who the lady is and how to defeat her. The lady is, we get to start somewhere. So when we see the lady looking at herself in the mirror, she looks old. Well, in the comics specifically, which is more of the prequel, but it kind of helps figuring out who she is. The kids look in the mirrors. They would see themselves as stronger and their deepest desires through the mirrors, and their bodies would take that form. So the lady looks at herself. If it's, it's not what she necessarily looks like. But she also looks who she really became. She became an old lady because her position was, what is it called? I forget what but it's like a other country thing where they would look pretty. It's like another name. I forget what it's called. Do you guys have any ideas on what I'm talking about? It's like ladies that would perform, but they would have like the white face paint. That's where the mask comes into place.
A masquerade?
Kind of close. But you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I just can't think of the word.
Yeah, but that's who she was. So she's meant to look pretty. So once she sees the old self, she tries to keep herself look young, but she sees herself as old. So that's what she's trying to fix.
Okay.
So in the DLC, you see pictures around the house, and it shows that the lady was a geisha. That's what it was called, a geisha. She was a geisha. The lady was once beautiful. For some reason, she never got married and eventually retired to become the governor or governess of the mall. Pretty much, government official. Looking at and teaching looking and teaching after the children, but obviously that's not where it went. There was one thing that she did not want to lose, and that was her looks. She was starting to age, and she was looking for an answer. So she started searching through the books in the library, which had a bunch of black magic in them, which will help her keep her beauty and so on and so forth. And of course, when it comes to black magic, there is some sort of sacrifice. So she had to become the children that she was supposed to be cared for. She would then capture the children and steal their youth, pretty much, and adding it to her own. Which remained of the children was the gnomes. So she just took their youth, which turned the gnomes into gnomes. She would take the children and turn them into gnomes by taking their youth. You had a question or something to add?
No, there was a little bit of dust.
No, you're good. I just wanted to make sure. But the gnomes would then leave to capture the children. Blah, blah, blah. I already said that. What remained of the children was the gnomes. We see all over the place. The gnomes would then leave their drawings to warn any other runaway kids that weren't gnomes, any new coming kids that has been captured, so they can warn them to help them escape, pretty much. Ever since there is, no kids to look after, the granny would then be banished down in the depths of the water of Maw. So whenever the granny would see any kids or at all in her sight, she would do anything to take care of them. So how do you guys feel about this so far? You have one more paragraph and we're done, and then we can have a full discussion.
So with the lady, when she took the youth, she went back obviously in age, but was she kind of like an internal youth person then? She would
sustain her beauty pretty much, but she would just take away the kids' youth. That's all. They would just pretty much have no face. They're just gnomes.
Okay, I was just wondering because if she could steal the youth, she was kind of probably older than think.
That's why she sees herself in the mirror as old, because she's still aging, but she's still sustaining that
beauty,
young look. Yeah, young beauty look. Yeah,
because I know her face was kind of deformed. That's why she wore a mask.
Because that's who she sees herself as. Because she can never. That's why she does as much as she could, because she can never see what she actually looks like.
Okay,
so that old face isn't really her, but it's who she really became.
So it's kind of
it's up to your interpretation pretty much, but it's not like a true image pretty much.
So it's like her own interpretation of how she looks like.
Yes.
Okay.
She's just looking at her fears on who she really became, because she actually wanted to take care of the kids and she just wanted to look pretty. That's pretty much.
And that's why she like a main bad guy, because she wanted to stay pretty and take care of the kids. And then talking about the grandma, that wanted to take care of the kids,
stopped caring. That stopped actually caring about the kids and just started focusing on her greedy self.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
No, it does. I get what you're saying.
It is a lot of information. That's why I usually have all of the YouTube or links that I find these theories on and post them on my website so anyone can look at them.
Yeah, because I'm still kind of new to this game. I'm just getting like all fast information out of nowhere. I'm like,
Yeah, it is a lot. This game is one of those games because there is no dialogue at all. So you figure it out on your own, kind of piece it together. That's why I like it, because there's a lot of theories in it.
That's why like you can have like a piece here and like a piece up here.
Yeah.
But they can connect, but like take a few days. Like, this and that are connected.
I think that's the beauty of the game, though. Yeah. There's always that mystery of something going on.
Yes.
From what it sounds like it still hasn't been fully solved as a game yet. Like, still more pieces still missing.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I like it, because the game itself started off of just focusing on greedy and defining like the phrase of hunger, because the game was originally going to be called just Hunger, but with the copyrights of the Hunger Games, it'd be difficult to be out there. So that's why they changed their name to Little Nightmares, and they started focusing on more than just the theme of hunger, and that would be the fears of a little child, which is why it's called Little Nightmares.
I feel like Hunger wouldn't be as a captivating title as My Little Nightmares.
Oh,
it's such a basic title. Of like, it could probably have one eye like every 100 people, but changing to My Little Nightmares, I think that kind of boosted it a little bit.
Yeah,
to become like a good horror game.
It is great. It is great for sure. Ben, here, you guys have anything else to add before I finish up?
I do not.
Nope.
James, Zach?
No, sir.
No, this game just sounds interesting.
You sound like you're about to fall asleep. Are you sure?
Yeah.
He's lying. He's 100% about to fall asleep.
Anywho, as time went on, the lady herself wouldn't age, but the reflection she found staring back at herself would age. The longer she kept going with these things, the more haggard and twisted her face would become. So she would never be able to gaze at her young self again. She destroyed every mirror she could find so no one else could see the monster that she turned and became. The lady just wanted a child of her own pretty much to take care of, but the lady did indeed have a daughter, which had speculations that it was 6, but once the second game came out, or the DLC, I forget which one it was, but you get to see a different little girl that is called the Runaway Girl, which looks more like the Geisha's daughter, if that makes sense. Let's see. In the portrait, like I said, you see the lady with the girl next to her, which we assume is hers. At the beginning of the DLC, you see the runaway girl, and we can assume that's the lady's daughter. So that's everything for the lady, if that makes sense.
I feel like 6 was a stowaway. Like, she's like kind of appeared on the ship. Like, I don't think she had any intent to be there, but she's kind of like woke up there. Yeah,
there's still a lot of speculations on how she got there. Just like the guests, there was one theory where it was like the only reason why the mall still exists is because maybe the guests were promised all you can eat buffet and you'll be fine. There's like, a payment fee to enter, and that's how that ship is still even around and still able to keep themselves stable as a whole. Even though I hate to say this is going to get even darker, but this is just like WALL-E. This game is where they turn the guests into the food.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah, it's another genre or thing that talks about cannibalism, which was scary because and one of the descriptions of the malls and the guests is that the guests would come on the ships, but they would not ever be able to get off and return. So it was, of course, with that description, they're definitely being turned into food and fed to others.
They probably die from like heart attack or something like that. And like, oh, food.
Or other situations, yeah.
Because throughout the game, like you see like chicken wings, you all that, but you'll see like some sort of like mush.
Yes.
Like it's not like you can't identify what it is, but then the more you go through the game, you realize that they're becoming the foods because they can't. The ship, even if I make profit, they can't really sustain an infinite amount of food, so they kind of have to use the guest when they die as like mush or like something like that. Also, is this ship like the main like location of like every Little Nightmares game, or does it change?
No, it changed. So in the second game, it goes into the Pale City.
Okay.
So I don't want to really dip into that because that's a
different topic.
A different topic for another day to do.
Okay. A different thing.
I mean, it's still the same timeline, still the same universe, but like we're talking about the first game.
Very different atmosphere and different
everything.
Yeah.
And that one I will be. If you guys do not know, Mono is the main character of the second game, and I have the cosplay of that, so I'll be probably wearing that for that episode for sure, and I'm excited. But yeah, do you guys have any questions, comments, or things that you guys would like to throw in?
I do not.
So with the Maw, I feel like it's kind of more of like a mirage, kind of,
Interesting.
You kind of, with mirages, how they work, you kind of see them.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you've ever seen a desert, how it looks like there's water there, but you go down, there's really nothing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, it kind of like something that's there, but almost like you kind of have to find a way to access it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like it's way more supernatural than it's just like an island or some kind of.
Oh yeah, it for sure travels. It goes all over the place. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because it does bring on many different passengers from many different places.
Have you guys seen the blueprints or anatomy of the Maw at all?
I have not.
I have not.
I'll have to bring that up for this break then to show you what it looks like. It's pretty big. It's pretty big.
I feel like I've seen them, but I don't remember them in depth enough to comment on them.
Same here.
Zach, you didn't even know this game existed.
Look, I'm just listening in, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Zach has no knowledge.
I almost said Z. Zach is like the definition of a viewer. He likes being here, but he doesn't know what to say. He's just enjoying the conversation.
He gets the participation award and he's happy about it.
Yes. As long as I'm here.
Like, hooray! I got an award.
Hey, as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters, though.
He is not. He's been getting bullied all the time.
I mean, the community you've created so far, like, is nice just to sit here and chill. That was more good than anything.
I mean, like I haven't listened to the podcast. I should, but it seems you guys seem pretty chill. And I would like to tune in if I'm not here.
Like, even though there's like joking and stuff going on in the background and stuff like that, like.
But that's the fun, is to chill.
I can see why I just kind of wants to sit here.
I do say most of the routine that was formed to like every Sunday was all Zach's idea. He went from, hey, can I be on an episode, to we should do this every Sunday.
Yeah, definitely.
And it threw me off because I was kind of thinking about not doing this as much because I'm like, I'm not really having many guests. It doesn't seem like many people are interested. And that's when Zach turned into, hey, can I be on? Can we make it an every week thing? I don't want to do this. But thinking about it, Zach just has all the time right now. Wait until he doesn't have any more time.
What about me?
Yeah, and me.
Yeah.
Well,
you don't have a job.
Yeah. Trying to get one.
I mean, we did have a rant about finding job. We did have an education episode last one about how to find jobs, which was kind of funny.
Of course, why I'm not here.
Literally, that topic was brought up because I don't have it.
Yeah, pretty much.
The thing is, this podcast, like, it has so much diversity in it, like game shows.
Yeah, definitely.
It also be educational. I haven't heard the podcast, but I seen from the list you had on the monitor. I'm like, oh, you game shows, and I saw some other education. I'm like, oh, this is pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's about movies, TV shows, and video games. Yeah.
But even kind of jumping off what you said, like, yeah, it's like different genres and different things like that. But also within just one like episode, there's like, Brennan, Zach, we all have different ideas coming from different places that all play into it.
I like that. And that's what I wanted is to people share their thoughts and opinions, because not everyone, especially with this game, everyone can interpret each thing that I just talked about as something completely different.
Let me just say
which is awesome.
Let me just say this right now. It really took a toll to get Brennan to get out here to do this.
My mother isn't the most lenient, but however, I'm here today, so that's all that matters.
That is all that matters.
The best part of this podcast is that everything you talk about, it scratches the surface, but it doesn't go in depth because it lets the viewer or the listener wonder what's more in the game or in the show or like education, and then they get interested in it. They dive deeper and deeper and learn stuff.
I can only do so much within 2 hours.
Yeah.
And that's all I get. So I throw in as much information as possible. That's where the theories come into place.
So you literally, so you know how I found out about your website?
How'd you find it out? Did you look at my name one day?
No, I looked up the Plexi Film Show on Spotify, and I looked in the description.
Yeah.
And it was literally in there.
Yeah.
And then all I saw was like a picture of you and I just going snowboarding. I was like, how the heck did I make it onto his website? Like,
You're just that awesome.
I'm not that special though.
You were very special.
You're not awesome sauce like me.
Anywho, you guys ready for a mini break? Because I want to show you guys something. I don't want to spoil the ears of the viewers right now, so they will have to come back after the break to know what we're about to talk about. But I will show you, and I will talk to you guys about it, and we'll go from there. So we'll take about a 10-minute break.
To me.
So we'll be back on at 11:40. How does that sound?
Like, so we got like another 20 minutes, and the rest was done.
Yep, we got.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
All right. I'll see you guys in about 10 minutes. So about 11:40, I'm about to show you guys a really cool topic that goes along with Little Nightmares. I don't want to give it away too much, but this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show and WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative, and continuing to listen to the soundtrack of Little Nightmares. Enjoy. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. And I have my guest from my right to my left, starting with
Brennan.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Zach.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You don't sound too sure. I'm Kane.
And I'm actually Zach.
Wait, go ahead. Sorry.
And I'm Daniel.
I don't know what happened there. But, so I showed you guys 2 trailers for games, Reanimal and Little Nightmares 3. And for those who don't know, Reanimal is made by the original creators of Little Nightmares 1 and 2, which is Tarzare Studios. And they pretty much, what helped them get their name out there was Namco Banco, right? Namco Bandico or something like that.
Bandai Namco.
Yeah, but they got bought by them to help get their names out of the first 2 games, and then when Little Nightmares 3 came along, Namco wasn't letting them have the free reign and creativity that they wanted to do, so they left and made their own game, which is Reanimal, which looks a lot more exciting than what Little Nightmares 3 looks like. But what replaced Tarzare Studios in Little Nightmares 3 is Supermassive Games, which also is a pretty good company, but isn't quite right for Little Nightmares 3. Like, isn't the same vibe.
I was gonna mention that it kind of felt like they kind of lost the original touch of Little Nightmares.
Yeah.
With Little Nightmares, it had like a constant horror factor. You'd be on your edge, but the Nightmares 3 trailer, it seemed more of a calming, like, oh, you know.
I guarantee you it's still going to be on your feet, but I just feel like it's not, like, especially with it being co-op, you're not going to be as scared because you're going to have someone else helping you.
It kind of looked more of like, oh, there's horror in my puzzle game type of thing.
Yeah.
It reminded me of,
feels like it was forced.
It Takes Two.
Yeah.
And that type of gameplay.
I haven't played It Takes Two, but I plan on it, though.
I know there's another game in that same sort of genre.
Split Fiction,
which
just came out.
It
went from A Way Out to It Takes Two to Split Fiction, all made by the same company. So, which I love those type of games that you're working, you're building friendship type of games.
But we all know how A Way Out ends, sadly.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about last week, which is great.
You might want to educate yourself, Danny. Just make sure to bring some tissues.
Bring some tissues. Well, it depends on who's the better gamer, that's all.
Fair enough.
See, like, the thing with co-ops, like, it's either a hit or miss for the horror genre. because being solo, you
got to have a really great story. If the story's not strong, it's just it's another co-op.
A co-op game. Like big puzzles. With being co-op, you need to good story, good horror. Like when solo,
it's just knowing how to tell a story without speaking, and that's what I think is cool. But one thing I also think is cool with is Reanimal. You don't think there's any speaking, but there's slight speaking in it, which is really cool. And if I remember correctly, I think the animals also speak too.
See, with I'm about Until Dawn. It's a really good horror game, solo, and it's really good. It gives you the benefactor of you think one thing and then it's the other thing that happens.
Yes,
I think Reanimal does that really well with the trailer because from what I've seen, it has like the dark blue. Like
it has a lot of dark scenes, and the creatures actually look terrifying.
And the scenes look eerie, keeping you on edge because blue's supposed to make you calm, but you realize you're gonna be in a tense situation no matter what.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this and that, and you have to be strategic or you're gonna die.
Yes.
With Little Nightmares 3, it looks like the co-op game is like, oh, if I die, I die. I have my teammate to help me. Because if I don't get help, I'm dead. But if you in co-op, you're just like, okay, I do this, you do that, and then if someone fails, like, oh, we can do it again because it's a co-op and there's no real benefactor of fear within a co-op game because you have someone there helping you with the puzzles, the horror, the jump scares, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I agree. Kane, you had a lot of thoughts with the both trailers. Same with you, James. You both probably were the most speaking besides for Danny over here.
I just think Reanimal looked way better than Little Nightmares 3. I mean, there was a lot more like different dynamic what's the word? Environment. Yes, thank you.
It just looks so clean too. Like I know graphics doesn't matter, but like overall the horror aspect, the color grading, it just looks clean.
Everything just looks
compared to Little Nightmares 3. I feel like the color gradient on that is a little
off.
I wouldn't say off, but it's just it's something we've seen a little bit too many times.
They tried a more realistic setting instead of like a dark blue, a black.
Because both situations they're like dark themes, like very dark. Where to this it doesn't seem dark because it's in a light.
It feels more of there was a game a pretty long time ago. It was based in a desert, I believe, but it was way more upbeat than Little Nightmares, of course.
Was it like Sail or something like that?
I think you play as like. I don't really know how to describe
a small character, and then you have to operate this. First, it's like a train of some sort, and the second one, it's a boat.
I think so.
I think it's like something like Far Lone Sail or something.
Is it Ticket to Ride?
I'm not too sure.
No, that's a board game. Sorry. I don't know.
It might have been an indie game I came across, but I know it's definitely a game I have seen.
Is it called Far?
Yeah, Lone Sails.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
That's the one that I knew.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that I knew. I watched a few Jacksepticeye playthroughs on.
Yeah. I remember kind of seeing the video for a bit.
Yeah. I can show you a picture and you can tell me if it's or not.
This is Far.
Yeah.
That's it? Dang. That looks interesting.
I'll make a wall comparison. So We Happy Few was a game that had really good story, but the feeling the vibe of it was ruined by the colors and the whole mood that was set. I think Little Nightmares will be the same way because I think the colors and the mood is what's make it or make and break it.
Yeah,
because you're not gonna have 6 in it probably, or if you do, it's have a one-time thing because you became a bad guy in the second one, and you had to defeat her before you fell. So I feel like if 6 comes back, that was also a make or break situation because she's such a notable character in the franchise already.
But the thing is, when it comes to bringing protagonists back, it's got to have a make sense reason. You can't just bring it back for a nostalgia reason. It has to make sense to the story. It can't just be like, oh, she's helping me now. Okay, why?
Yeah, because
there has to be like a darker reason.
Yeah, because like some games, like they bring back like a nostalgia character out of nowhere, like, oh, he's alive, and then it kind of ruins the whole mood of it. Because like, wait, how you alive? How you back?
Yeah.
Because you start to think like, I killed you. How you back now? And then the whole mood just ruined. The whole game. That's all that happens.
I agree. But here is some fun facts about Little Nightmares 3.
Let's hear them.
The original concept of the game was around food, grief, and consumption. Here, I had more along with it. But then they wanted to explore deeper themes, which included like primal fears and childhood, which makes sense. There's little cutscenes in the game, but that's because the creator wanted the player to have total control. There's no full death animations because they wanted the players' imaginations guess on what has happened to them. And the reason for yellow raincoat for 6, it helps stick. It just helps stick out to us as viewers, and to make just helps you figure out where or who you are compared to everything else in the game. The mall appears around the same time, but never the same place. In the prison area where you find the room that has a door open, the room is covered in handprints and the eye on the wall. It is theorized that room specifically is like the runaway kid's room. And then the cloth that you climb is theorized that the runaway kid has done that and left that there for any other runaway kids. So yeah, I didn't find too many theories because all of it was more, if you didn't know this is in here, it's like, okay, I already know that. I already knew that type of thing. But those were the fun facts.
I think the whole theory thing is very short because there's just a lot of different ways you can interpret the story.
Exactly. And that's what makes it awesome. And I like when companies don't tell you a direct answer and leave you up for it. You guys have anything else?
I'm blanking for some reason, but theories, yeah. So My Little Nightmares, from what I've gotten, there's no set plot or information you can get from it, because you have like Matt Pat doing this, you have someone else doing something different, and they don't collide well to make sense with the game. Mm-hmm. So you're just like, you're wondering what is like the true like plot theory in that.
Yeah.
And you still get wondering after like years later, because it's probably still a big game, and you're like, what if this and that are actually connected instead of that and that?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
Zach, see you pulling the mic there. You got anything you would like to say? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Want me to talk?
No, not allowed.
I'm canceled, I guess.
Cancel you.
But, games. Anyways, this game sounds actually interesting. Like, I literally have been listening this entire time.
Have you, though?
Yeah.
You sound so bored.
You do.
You about to fall asleep. Like, you have not been listening the whole time.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
I understand what he's saying, though. Like, when you don't know much about a topic, but you still want to be there, but you have nothing much to add,
right
it's
now,
so hard to stay engaged because
right
you're
now,
like, yeah.
Right now, my situation is like, it's like $30, dude.
Again, you had the option to watch multiple people play.
You know what?
I mean,
I've watched people
It's
play.
not that hard.
I
have
haven't
multiple resources to see what the game's even about if you didn't want to watch the game.
Sometimes I like to experience it myself.
Zach.
That's when you asked to come over, Zach, and play.
Like, I had 3 days.
47 minutes away.
That's not that bad.
I had 3 days to prepare, and I'm still contributing to this conversation more than you have.
What'd you say, Brennan?
I was just saying, Zach, you're also unemployed, so, you could just come over to AJ's anytime you'd like.
Just got to wake up my roommate first. And
gas money, too, is also a factor. But, like, even if you can't get the game, I mean, it's kind of your only option at that point, so you might as well just watch it.
Watch it. Do your own research. If you don't even want to watch... Because the gameplay is long. Depends on how good people are at finding stuff. when I first played Little Nightmares, I had no clue what the game was even about. I did not know how it worked. So when I was at the beginning, I had no clue where to go. I was stuck there for maybe like 20 minutes. I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to go this way. Because I'm not used to fixed lock camera games.
Yeah.
So that's my fault. But once I figured it out, it was stupidly simple, just having patience. Because this game, you have to have a lot of patience.
Yeah.
But at some points, you also can't be patient at the exact same time. It's like the speed goes up.
That's another thing I loved about it, though. Like, it gave it more things for you to have to think about.
Yes.
And it wasn't just, well, I know how to do this. You know, I've played every other game. Like, it added a little more to it, I guess.
Yeah.
I think also with this friend group is that we all contribute to our different genre of games. Like, I am more knowledgeable in Subnautica and like all these underwater games, while someone like Brennan could be like adventure survival games.
Multiplayer, even though I tend to.
I've played my fair share of DayZ. I play a lot, so I'm pretty.
You play a lot of games that have story, but not like a basic set story just to get the world built. That's pretty much it.
The amount of times I've hopped on Siege and saw you on DayZ is insane.
Listen, man, that game creates stories you wouldn't believe.
See, games like that are co-op in a set world that you just kind of build off of, and you are the story makers. It's hard for me to talk about. Like, Zach is like, I want to talk about Minecraft. I'm like, okay, there's a set story, but it's all around you. So everyone's story is different, but it's so hard to talk about and theorize at the exact same time.
Yeah, I feel like some games where, like, I'm also playing through Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It came out a couple months ago. I feel like games like that would be pretty interesting to talk about.
That's why I do like story games. It helps.
Because it's kind of like this game where it's, you know, well, actually, kind of not. I think I went through the wrong direction there. But what I'm talking about is games where what you do impact how you saw the game. Like let's say I'm playing Kingdom Come as I'm a thief. You know, I steal a lot and that's how I make my money. Or I'm just like a good, honest soldier that likes to fight bandits. You know, it's obviously going to impact the way I see the game and such. So I feel like, you know, the different ways that somebody could experience a game would also be nice to talk about.
Yeah, that's where I'm trying to get like all the games that I've played. So when it comes to stuff that I haven't seen or haven't played, I can go and do. Like, it kind of helps force me to play it.
Yeah.
Like James, I showed James this week. Where's my phone? I downloaded one of the games that he recommended me.
Yes, In Sound Mind.
Yeah, I looked at it. It looks so hard, and I'm so scared.
So honestly, the game isn't too difficult, but it does have a really deep story to it. It's one of my favorites, hands down, and I definitely recommend.
So that's going to be a future episode for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Last minute things to talk about. Do you guys have any social medias or anything you would like to say to the world?
Subscribe to my channel.
I'm sure AJ will put my Instagram in the post anyway.
Same here.
So
you gotta follow
only if you want me to. I got you.
You can go ahead and put it in there. I'm not against it.
I have a list. Put my Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. No, not Twitter. Twitter can go into the garbage. Blue Sky, Discord, whatever. I'm a creator, I guess.
All right.
If you like Arcane, go on my TikTok, and I make Arcane edits every other week, and they do really well.
I mean, I guess TikTok's better than Twitter. But
TikTok's not even that bad. It's just it's my most viable social media.
Any last comments you guys would like to share? Go ahead, Kane.
If any of you know my GoFundMe, please share it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Trying to get as much as I can. So
I got you. I'll link it down in the description below for sure.
Right, thank you.
This is why I'm broke.
Okay, so one thing I do have to say I don't like about GoFundMe, I try to give donations, but it's like minimum of $50 is like crazy. But
guys, I need to GoFundMe.
I mean, I've gotten like 15 and 25.
Oh, have you? I might do that. Yeah, I got you.
Tell them real quick if we have time what it's about.
So I'm trying to get a more terrain wheelchair for you goofy. And it's it can't go through insurance or anything because it's not medically coded right. So it's all out of pocket, and I don't have enough money for it. So yeah,
it's not fun. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining in.
Of course.
And listening. You guys are more than welcome to come on. This is HE with the Plexi Film Show, WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. I'll play some of the rest of the soundtrack to finish the night off.
Bye-bye.
Bye.